Okay, so we're diving into something pretty interesting today, the importance of learning English.
Sounds good.
And it's interesting because you sent over a couple of notes, and they both had the exact same title.
Huh.
The Power of English. Why learning English matters.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is interesting.
So I think that repetition alone kind of tells us this is a topic you really want to understand deeply.
For sure. For sure.
And it's something we want to explore in detail today.
Okay.
Really get to the bottom of why English matters so much in the world, especially for someone like you who wants to gain knowledge efficiently and really grasp the bigger picture.
Right.
So we're going to break down what it really means for English to be called the global language
Okay.
and how that impacts your personal life, your professional life, your social life.
Got it.
We're hoping for some of those aha moments, those insights that really stick with you.
Love it.
So let's start with this idea of English as the global language, right? Where do we
Yeah.
even begin with that?
Well, I think the fact that both of your sources independently came up with the same title
Right.
for their notes really highlights a fundamental truth we need to unpack here.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in.
Okay.
The most obvious point, and one both notes emphasize, is the sheer number of English speakers worldwide.
Yeah. They both mention over 1.5 billion people.
1.5 billion.
That's just a mind-boggling number.
It's huge.
It's not just limited to a few countries. It's spread across the entire globe.
Absolutely.
So when we see a number that big, like, what does that actually mean in practical terms?
Yeah.
For someone like our listener.
Right. Well, if we connect that massive number to your interest in efficiency,
Okay.
think about it this way. A language spoken by so many people naturally becomes a key to unlocking a huge range of interactions and opportunities.
Right.
Your notes touch on travel, and it's true. Knowing English lets you communicate in a ton of places.
Yeah.
It becomes this common thread connecting all these different cultures.
It really does. I mean, have you ever thought about how much easier it is to travel the world when you have this one language that works almost everywhere?
Yeah, it's like having a universal adapter for conversations.
Exactly. It's not just about getting by on vacation, though.
Right.
The notes talk about something much bigger, the role of English in international business.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They actually say that English is the primary language for most global organizations.
And the implications of that on the professional world are really significant.
Huge.
The note's emphasis on English in these global organizations highlights this crucial shift.
You okay?
It's not just about being understood anymore. Often it's about the culture of these organizations, how they operate internally, how they make decisions.
Wow.
So English proficiency becomes more than just a skill.
Okay.
It becomes this key to understanding and navigating and even influencing the global professional landscape.
That's a great point. It's about actually being a part of the conversation, not just listening in from the sidelines. Which brings us to education and career opportunities. Both of your notes spend a lot of time on these.
For good reason.
They explicitly state that many of the world's top universities offer their programs in English.
It's a huge advantage.
It really is for anyone thinking about going further with their education.
Yeah, it's about accessing this incredible global knowledge base,
Right.
expertise that you might not be able to get to otherwise.
Exactly. It opens so many doors.
Definitely.
And when it comes to careers, the notes are really clear. Companies often prefer to hire employees who speak English.
Especially when dealing with international clients or partners.
Of course, it just makes sense.
Right.
But can you give some concrete examples of how this plays out in different industries?
Yeah, your notes actually provide some really good ones. Technology, medicine, finance, hospitality.
Okay.
In technology, think about coding documentation, all the global collaboration that happens. So much of that is in English.
Right.
And medicine, international research communication between healthcare professionals that often hinges on English. Okay.
In finance, global markets, transactions largely conducted in English.
Interesting.
In hospitality, of course, you've got to be able to interact with people from all over the world.
Right, a diverse clientele.
Exactly. So if you're looking to advance in any of these fields,
Yeah.
strong English skills aren't just a nice to have. They're often essential.
They're a must-have.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about your own career path, imagine how much of an advantage you could have. Huge. By improving your English skills, especially in these global industries.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's switch gears a bit and talk about something we all encounter every day, information and entertainment.
Okay.
Your notes emphasize that a vast amount of online content is in English.
It's not just the quantity, though.
Right.
It's also the quality and the range of information that you suddenly have access to.
Right.
Your notes mention research papers, news articles, online courses. Think about how fast knowledge spreads these days. New research developments, they're often published in English first. Yeah, so being proficient in English gives you a direct line to the latest information.
Exactly. You're not waiting for translations. You're right there on the cutting edge.
Right at the source.
Yeah.
And it's not just about serious stuff either.
Right.
The notes also talk about entertainment movies, books, music.
There's something special about experiencing those things in their original language.
There really is. You avoid all those little nuances that can get lost in translation.
Exactly.
Think about your favorite TV shows or books. You know, how much more connected would you feel to them if you could experience them in the original English?
It's a whole different level of immersion.
Totally.
It is.
And it brings up this really interesting point about cultural understanding.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Language isn't just about words, right? It's so deeply intertwined with culture.
Absolutely.
So engaging with English entertainment in its original form can give you a more authentic glimpse into different cultural perspectives.
Different ways of thinking.
Exactly.
It's a window into another world.
It really is. Okay, so finally, your notes discuss social connections of personal growth that come with learning English.
Right.
This is about connecting with people from all over the world, making friends, joining online communities, collaborating professionally.
Yeah, it's about breaking down those language barriers.
Exactly. And the notes point out how English can do that. It lets you engage with a much wider range of people and perspectives.
And in an increasingly interconnected world, that ability to connect is invaluable.
Absolutely, both personally and professionally.
For sure.
And it's not just about those external connections either.
Okay.
The notes talk about cognitive benefits of learning a new language, like English.
Oh, yeah.
Things like improved memory, enhanced problem-solving skills, even boosting your overall brain function.
It's like a workout for your mind.
Exactly like a mental gym.
Yeah.
So think about it. How might opening yourself up to communicating in English be subtly enhancing these cognitive abilities in ways you haven't even realized?
That's really fascinating to consider.
It is, right?
It's like this interplay between language acquisition and cognitive development.
Okay.
Learning English isn't just about memorizing vocabulary and grammar. It's about developing new neural pathways, enhancing your brain's flexibility and adaptability.
So when we bring all of this together, it's clear from your notes that learning English offers a whole bunch of advantages.
A whole package deal.
It really is. We're talking about tangible career benefits, broader social networks, fundamental increase in your access to knowledge, even cognitive improvements.
And if we go back to your initial interest in gaining knowledge efficiently, English proficiency becomes this powerful multiplier.
Okay.
It amplifies your ability to learn and connect with information and people all over the world.
So if you're already learning English, the message is clear: keep going.
Yeah, don't stop.
Every step you take unlocks more benefits.
For sure.
And if you're thinking about starting TER, just remember, even small, consistent efforts can lead to big rewards.
Absolutely.
There's so many resources out there. It's just about taking that first step.
And your notes ultimately highlight this fundamental truth about our world today.
What's that?
English, because it's so widely spoken, has become this crucial key to navigating and succeeding in so many aspects of modern life.
So considering the vast amount of information out there, and the incredible potential for connecting with people from all over the world, what's one specific area of your life?
Personal, professional, even a hobby.
Where improving your English skills could have the biggest positive impact in the next year?
It's something powerful to think about.
It really is. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
My pleasure.
It's been great.
It has.
Really enjoyed it.
Likewise.
All right, till next time.
See you then.